Hello there. Today I'm going to show you how to use messaging and content to pre-sell your offer and to activate people using your content. So I'm just going to show you some examples of how I do it in my own content. So what you're seeing here is me activating people, and you see that by, let me just get a good example. You see that by looking at the people that are commenting in the post that they want the replay, for example. So that's basically my lead magnet. And also just getting people to raise their hand to get an invite, right? So if we look here, you can see all of the people that have requested an invite. And the way that I am doing this is simply using content prompts that you also have to your availability and deep knowledge of who my ideal client is, what their core desires are, what they are doing now that isn't working, right? And positioning my vehicle, aka my special method, as the solution to that. So I'm just going to also show you how you can do this. Yes, I want you to see my face. So you have this document in your folder. And in this document, what you can see is it talks about how to use this resource. And the first thing is that you need to have 1,000% clarity on these concepts. So who is your ideal client? So what are their characteristics? Are they like a professional woman working a 9 to 5? Are they a new female entrepreneur? Are they an experienced female entrepreneur that has scaled? What is their dream outcome? Like, what is it that they want? And here you want to talk about the tangible things they want as well as the more emotional and mental things. So, for example, my dream client wants consistent income, but on an intangible level, what they really want is to feel confident in their ability to sell, right? And then their core desires, like what are the things that are keeping them up at night? Okay, so for example, if someone is overwhelmed by the fact that they have all this information but they still are not able to build a business, that is something that is keeping them up at night. What is something they would never admit out loud? Okay, I'm waiting to feel confident before I can start selling. So I know that their core desire is that confidence. Their core desire is having an easy to follow system. Their core desire is just that peace of mind. Okay, and characteristics of them, are they driven? Are they motivated? Like, what defines them as people? And the way you're going to gather this data is actually through sales calls. So if you are in the process of, okay, I've booked sales calls before and I've asked people their struggles, etc., then you already have this data, if that's your ideal client. If you haven't booked sales calls before, you're going to have to do some desk research online through looking at the comments of people and just like not really relying too much on your messaging, but more so the DMs. But as soon as you start to book calls, the way that I do this is through the 4Ts. So I've taught you how to build the 4Ts, and now I'm just gonna, okay, exactly. So this is your market research. Okay, no more months of doing market research. Here I know what her target is, what she struggles with, what she wants to do with that money. So her core desires as well. This is also like the things she wouldn't say out loud. So hey, I want security and stability. Things I've tried that haven't worked. So these are the symptoms, right? So things she's doing that don't work. So all of this you are going to use to build up a profile of your ideal client. So when you have this, you need to know exactly the words they're using, because this is how we build content that is going to like make people think, oh my God, this person is in my head. But it's because we're using data and things that they are saying themselves. So in your calls, I want you to especially pay attention to the 4Ts. I want you to use these prompts, right? So for example, I will give an example of one that um, exactly, this one is a good one. So then it's kind of like, okay, this is who you are. So these are the characteristics. And then this is what you're doing now that isn't working because this is what I see. And then so I teach you the art of da da da. And what I do there is this is literally, um, wait, I cannot find it. Yes, exactly. So this is a content idea that activates people. And it's activating them because I'm mentioning characteristics of who they are. I'm also mentioning like the specific problems that they have, and I'm mentioning that I will be the one to get them to that outcome. So use the prompts with the data that you're gathering on calls, and then this is how you're going to write the caption. So you always start out the caption with a few yous. So, hey, what their core desires are. So, hey, this is what you really want. You want to claim your spot in the world. Okay, because this is something someone has told me on a sales call and I wrote it down in my ideal client profile. Okay, and then this is where I'm talking to people that have already enrolled clients. So for you, if you are looking to, let's say you want to help people that are at the beginning stage of their business, even within that there's like different levels of how much of a beginner you can be, right? So if you want to target people that are a little bit more advanced, you can be like, okay, you've already done some market research, so they can really identify with that. Okay, so the first part is the core desire activation. And then the second part is what are they doing now that isn't working? So someone has told me they are lowering their prices, spending hours posting content. This is what they're doing now that isn't working at all. Okay, and then the last part is talking about my vehicle. How does your vehicle help them solve the problem? And your vehicle is essentially your special method. So my special method is a no pitch DM system. And then here is the part where I position it as the solution. So for you, if you are looking to, and you should be doing this, but don't over focus. This is not the main focus for you. The main focus is for you to book calls, but this is going to help you book calls easily. So per week, you simply need to have three content ideas, whether it's, for example, one that's educational, one that activates, and one that builds authority. Okay, that's what you need to have, and post that on your Facebook profile, post that in groups so that you are starting to activate people. And most importantly is do like live events, because when you do lives, you can also like invite people to that. And it's not like a big workshop. It's not like something super big. When you have workshops, promote the workshops as the call to action. But before you have that, just the lives, do that.